I'm Michelle. Welcome to Meet Me at the Corner. I'm here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The world is filled with music and musical instruments. Today we're going to talk about the ukulele. The ukulele is an instrument that most people think comes from Hawaii, but actually it came from Portugal. In 1879, the Portuguese master craftsman and instrument maker Manuel Nunes arrived in the Hawaiian Islands with his friends Augusto Diaz and José de Espírito Santo. They came to work in the sugarcane fields. Together they invented and developed the ukulele, taking basic designs of instruments from their native home. Hawaiians were impressed with the beautiful sounds these instruments could make and how the musicians' fingers flew across the fingerboard. Hawaiians began calling this instrument the ukulele, which roughly translates as jumping fleas. The ukulele was introduced to the world at the 1915 Pan-Pacific Exposition in San Francisco. That exposition is credited with starting the first ukulele craze in the country. Today we're going to talk to Mr. John Ramsey of Palm Tree Ukuleles. Mr. Ramsey makes and sells custom-made ukuleles. We're going to find out why the ukulele is such a popular instrument, not only in Hawaii, but also around the world. How did you get interested in the ukulele?
Mainly from some trips to Hawaii where I heard the music, saw more of the instrument, got interested in it. I've always built instruments since I've had the business, banjos, guitars, and mandolins. Had another friend that was interested in building the ukulele, so we kind of worked on them together, but it kind of went back to that.
Is the ukulele only for Hawaiian music?
No, you can play all styles of music on the instrument, and I think that's some of its appeal. A lot of people, do associate it with just Hawaiian music, but it's used in jazz, early kind of what they call Tin Pan Alley music, folk music. It's a real wide range of music and styles.
Can kids teach themselves to play the ukulele, or do they need lessons?
You can learn on your own. There's so much information about the instrument on the internet. There's lots of books and videos, and I think it's a real easy instrument to learn basic music styles on.
Could you show us how to build a ukulele?
Oh sure, I'd be glad to show you. First we start with the wood. This kind of wood is called koa, which comes from mainly the Big Island of Hawaii. And these pieces are cut from one board, folded open. That's called a book match. And so you get the same corresponding figure and tonal qualities from each piece of wood. Then we take the sides and wet them, and we put them in our bender. And what this is actually, it has light bulbs in it to heat it up. It's lined with metal, so it gets very hot, about 300 degrees. And what that does is let the wood bend while it's wet, and it gets very hot. You can bend the wood. It's put into this mold. This top is put down with this piece of metal on the top to hold it. Then we let it dry about 6 hours, and when you take it out, you have the sides that are bent to the shape of the ukulele. And then with these pieces of wood, they're put into this mold that holds them to the shape we want. These are spruce braces that reinforce the instrument and give it some of its tonal qualities. Those pieces, once they're braced, are glued to the top, or glued to the sides. The top and back are glued to the sides. And then when you're done, you have the finished roughed out body. Next thing we will do is use either koa or mahogany. It's a piece of koa, and these are different mahoganies. And we cut them out. You can kind of see that they're roughly the shape of the ukulele. There are pieces glued onto the side to make this headstock portion wider. That's where the tuning pegs go. And then that is finished along with the fingerboard. Everything glued together with the fingerboard on, and then all shaped, into the shape of the final shape, of the shape of the ukulele neck. Here we have some of our completed ukuleles in a couple different sizes. This one is actually made out of mango, which is another Hawaiian hardwood, kind of a little different color and look to it than the koa. This is a tenor size. This is the larger of the two sizes that we build. This is the concert size, and this has fancy abalone pearl going all around the borders, around the sound hole, and this one has it around the neck. This one also has, if you look up in this area called the headstock, this is where the tuners go. This little piece here is our logo. This is our little palm tree, and that's our brand, is Palm Tree Ukuleles.
That's it from my corner of the world. See you next time.